Hey everybody, we have our first nice day in about 2 weeks. It's been very rainy, like heavy rain, and muddy and just hot, and finally seems to dry out a little bit to get some stuff done. So I'm going to test out my new boom pole and try to move some implements I have to move and see how that goes. I've never used one before, but they look easy enough. I have a little bit of weight on the front. I'm of course nervous about the weight of it pulling the front up, so I'll have my foot on the clutch and see what we can do. Alright, let's see how this works. So depending on who you talk to, some people seem to swear by chains, some people swear by toe straps. I'm going to try toe straps first. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure out how to hook it up with them, but if that doesn't work, I'm just going to try a chain, because that seems easier. Hopefully that's good. With the brush hog, it has the tire on the back, so all I really got to do is lift the front up anyway. I don't know. I think I'll probably like the chains better, but we'll see. So the strap seems to be working fine. With how heavy the brush hog is, even though I have it down here, I might weld something down here because it's unfortunately, it's lifting the front end of the tractor up so much I can't steer. I'm going to try to put these chains on the front for a little more weight, see if that can help me get it up there, because right now I just keep driving into the tree line. Hopefully that's a little better. This big chain was already on it, but I just added this smaller one. It's a long chain and they're all heavy, so hopefully that'll be enough to at least let me get this done.
So part of my problem here is I tried to make a really tight turn, and since the brush hog was bouncing my tires, you'll see in a minute I turned the tires a little too tight, so the little bit of traction I was getting, instead of it all turning the tractor, is just kind of bouncing the front forward. So you'll see that in a sec here. Unfortunately, my brakes don't really work, so I wasn't able to steer with them. I try a few times, but it's just a little. Again, if you see how I keep trying to turn, but since I turned that tire too much, I overcompensated, and it just bounces forward. And now I am stuck in a trench that I have for drainage for the driveway. So I have a little trouble bouncing out here. Just and unfortunately, what you can't see on the other side of this driveway is it's kind of a hill right before my house. So you'll see when I do pop out, I kind of instantly sort of jackknife a little bit in the driveway, which then I have to try to turn again. So yeah, when I pull forward here, I hit that part of the hill that you can't really see on the other side of my driveway. And it kind of gets me stuck to where I can't turn because the brush hog keeps bouncing me up and down, and I'm just not getting the traction, and I just keep going back and forth to try to work my way up. Which is why I put the brush hog down here for a second to see if I could get a little traction and just drag it, which kind of worked, but also kind of didn't. Really what worked for me was going really slow and turning the tire just a little bit and going back and forth and just eventually working my way around. I didn't want to edit this down any, other than a time where I stopped to try to figure out what I'm going to do. I wanted to have the whole thing in here just so you could see me kind of work through the process. Definitely not my finest moment on the tractor, but I got through it. I think, unfortunately, without weight on the front, that brush hog is just a bit too heavy for my tractor. The brush hog's fine when it's hooked up, but on the boom pole was just a little too much. However, even the brush hog, you'll see in a minute, once I get past this spot, it doesn't seem too bad on the rest of my yard. I think just the angle I was at and the steep parts of my driveway just made this a little difficult. Plus, that trench didn't help anything. And finally, we're off.
All right, not too bad. The back blade was a lot easier to move than the brush hog was, but I got them both up here. They're out of my way currently, and overall it was a good first use of the boom pole. So I'm pretty happy with it. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.